What's up, you guys? So this is the second video for the first lesson, still describing people. We just did Otto, Ata, and Baha Baha. So let's see what else we got. Here we go, the skinny people. Alright, so we have Leo Messi and this Becky G. Delgado, delgada. Delgado, delgada. Delgado, delgada. I'll go slow. Delgado, delgada. Delgado, delgada. Delgado, delgada. Cool. So pretty much thin, skinny, so like that. Not like in a really sickly way, not like super skinny, not like scrawny. Scrawny is like kind of sick. But anyway, so kind of thin, like slim, stuff like that. Becky is delgada. Becky is delgada. She's thin. She's a slim lady. Is delgada. She is thin. Okay, cool. And for the bigger people, like me, I'm not as big as this guy though. No, definitely not my face. Thank God. Oof. My belly can get big, but at least my face doesn't get big. I'm just worried about my face. Hey. All right, so gordo, gorda, gordo, gorda, gordo, gorda, gordo, gorda. So pretty much it means kind of like fat. It's pretty much fat, but it's not as mean as fat as in English. It also means kind of chubby or just big. And like they'll call people gordo. It's just big guy. He's just very big. He's not doesn't have to be a fat guy like Gabriel is. But yeah, okay. And then you can say ito, like gordito or gordita to make it like kind of cute, like kind of a little chubby guy or a little chubby girl. Kind of cute. Like her. She's cute. Hey, even though she's a big girl. Anyway, gordo, gorda, gordo, gorda. Big people, chubby people, like me. Gordo, gorda. Alright, Gabriel is gordo. He's a big guy. He's a big chubby guy. Gabriel is gordo. Oh, he's a comedian, by the way. And this is Rebel Wilson, who's an actress from Australia, actually. Gabriel is a gordo. So he's a big guy. Big chubby guy. Alright, como es. What else we got? We have the prince and princess. George and Charlotte? Is it Charlotte? Is that the princess? I forget. Anyway, the prince and princess. Alright, Hoven. Hoven is young. They are young. Hoven. Same for boys, same for girls, because it ends in an in. Alright, Hoven. So we have George, one the princess. Prince George as Hoven. Okay, Prince George as Hoven. Hoven. Alright, and then we have the queen and her husband. Viejo, vieja. Old people. And pretty much it has the same kind of bad meaning as like if you call someone old or like an old woman, old man. It's kind of like that. And Spanish is not very nice. Anyway, but yeah, that's how you describe them. Viejo, vieja. So Elizabeth is vieja. She is old. She's like 90. You can't argue with me. She'd be a nice lady, but still, she's getting old. Viejo, vieja. Cool. Okay, the beautiful people, beautiful, or good looking actually. This is guapo or guapa, guapo. Guapo and guapa mean good looking, just attractive, good looking people. All right, there's also bonita. I'm sure you guys know bonita. Bonita pretty much means beautiful, but there's also bonito, which you can use for guys. So kind of thing, like good looking, very pretty, very attractive. Then you have lindo and linda, which are cute. Anyway, but here we have guapa. Chris Evans, actor from the U.S., Captain America, and I totally forgot her name, but we'll see her name later in one of the next lessons. But she won Miss Universe from South Africa. She's from South Africa. Anyway, guapa. So we have Chris S. Guapo. Chris S. Guapo. He is handsome, or he's a good-looking guy. Okay. And now we have the ugly. What's considered ugly? Feo, and fea. Feo. Okay, cool. So this is from an old movie called The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This guy was the ugly guy, and this is from a TV show like 10 years ago, actually. I remember whenever I was in high school. Ugly Betty. They came from Venezuela, I think. It was called Betty La Fea. It came from some Spanish-speaking country. Betty La Fea, which means Betty the ugly girl. Anyway, fea. So they thought Betty was ugly, so Betty is fea or petty is ugly. And it pretty much has the same kind of bad meaning as it does in English. You don't want to call somebody ugly. You don't want to call somebody feo or fea. Cool. Let's practice again. Joven, joven. Viejo, vieja, viejo, vieja. Guapo, guapa, guapo, guapa. Feo, fea, feo, fea. Cool. All right, que lleva, que lleva. Now, lleva pretty much means wear, like you wear something, like you wear a t-shirt, you wear glasses, stuff like that. But it's also used sometimes with like if people are wearing, if they have a like beard or a mustache and stuff like that. You'll see. Okay, so let's talk about these two. So we have LeBron, everybody knows LeBron, and Jennifer Aniston. I don't know. I just looked up people wearing glasses, and this is what I got. So glasses are gafas, 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 like this, gafas. So LeBron, lleva for he wears. LeBron lleva gafas. At least in this picture. LeBron lleva gafas. Okay? Gafas. Ooh, here we have Antonio Banderas, who's an actor from Spain. I thought for a long time he was a Mexican, but actually he's Spanish. So, barba. Barba is a beard. Barba is a beard. Beard. Like what I have. Barba. Okay, so, Antonio lleva barba. Antonio lleva barba. He has a beard. He has a beard. Pretty much, lleva. They use you can use tiene for like he has, or you use lleva for he wears. It's kind of interchangeable in Spanish. But yeah, lleva barba. Right, and then we have bigote. Bigote is a mustache. Bigote. So this is Gabriel Garcia Marquez, who's a author from Colombia, and he has a mustache. Bigote. Gabriel, you have a bigote. So he has a mustache. Pretty much he can't wears a mustache. That's the way they do it. Some you can't do it that way. You have a bigote. Okay? And now over something extra that you're gonna see later in some of the activities is canas. 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 Okay? Canas. So Antonio tiene canas, like right here. And maybe some up there. Canas are like white hair, kind of gray hair when you're getting kind of older. I have some now, actually. I'm quite excited about that. Anyway, canas. Antonio tiene canas. So he has some gray hair. Like we were talking about him, we'll say, Antonio lleva barba con canas. He has a beard with some white hair. Right? Con means with, canas means white hair. So lleva barba con canas. He has a beard with white hair. All right. So let's look at these again. Gafas. Gafas. Barba. Barba. Bigote. 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 I don't think any of the students actually have beards or mustaches. I'm pretty sure the girls don't. And no, most of the guys don't either. And maybe a couple of you guys that might have a little mustache going on. But yeah, it's pretty much just me with the barba. Anyway, gafas, bigote, barba, and canas for white hair. You guys should not have white hair yet. You're not even like 23 yet. Anyway, with lleva, with these ones here, you can substitute those. You don't have to use the lleva. Sometimes you'll see it with lleva, sometimes you'll see it with tiene. Okay? So with here, you can say LeBron tiene gafas, or he has glasses, or Antonio tiene barba, he has a beard. Gabriel tiene bigote, he has a mustache. Okay? So sometimes you'll see lleva for he wears, or he or she wears, and sometimes you'll see tiene for he has. Both are okay, just be aware that you might see both. Okay? Great. Okay, cool. Let's look at this work now. So pretty much just fill in the blanks with like the words on the side. I gave you everything you needed. It should be pretty easy. And then you should be able to understand these what these people are talking about here. Okay, so now we're going to talk about this part. Great. Love me some racism. Talk about some racism. Cool. So this word. So like this little thing here is supposed to match the people based on what their ethnicity, I guess. So pretty much you have a white guy who's very white. He's like albino. Oh my god, he's so white. A black guy and an Asian lady. So they're like, oh, this guy's white. Oh, this woman's Asian. What's the last choice? Oh, we gotta say the black guy is black. Okay, cool. So let's talk about this word. It looks a lot like the word that we have in English. That's kind of a racist word towards black people in the US, and like the UK is also like that in Canada. Anyway, pretty much English speaking world. That's a racist term for black people. Technically, it's called negro, which is not the same. This doesn't sound the same as it does in English, so it's not exactly the same. But anyway, they in Latin America they do use this as a racist term against people who are black or just dark skin in general. It doesn't have to be black. You can just be a dark skinned person. Okay, like I was watching it's my when I was studying Spanish in the U.S. We saw a movie in Argentina. In Argentina, Argentina is mostly white. They look like me. And there's one guy who moved to Argentina from Bolivia. And Bolivians are usually very dark skinned, not black, of course, but very very dark skinned. Okay, and they would call him this word, and it pretty much meant the same thing as the N word in English. And so, yeah, we're gonna talk about that some. So this is usually I talked to Maria about it because I'm like want to make sure I'm not wrong because I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. But anyway, in Spain, according to Maria is more okay to use in Spain to describe what people look like. It doesn't have much of a negative meaning unless you mean it, unless you want it to have a negative meaning. So yeah, Spain apparently is kind of okay to use it. Um, in the Americas, like where I've studied and worked in the U.S. and Guatemala, and then also from I asked friends from Colombia, and also like having known like stuff about other Spanish-speaking countries like in Cuba or the Dominican or Argentina and stuff like that, Venezuela, or Bolivia, all that stuff. So in the Americas, this is more of a racist term, and you don't want to use this to describe what somebody looks like. You can say, "Oh, his hair is black, his eyes are black, his skin is black," but you just can't call him a black. That's where it becomes a little bit racist. Like, if I want to describe this guy, I was like, okay, cool. So like in Spanish, you want to say, "Oh, his hair is black, maybe his skin's black, maybe his eyes are black." Okay, cool. But you want to say like, "He is a black guy," not like this, like not using this word. This in the Americas is more like the N word in English. So we don't want to say that. So in the Americas, this is a very racist thing, not just towards black people, but towards anybody who's very, very dark skinned. Okay, not even just people who are black, just anyone who's dark. If you're not like white or not like light colored, you're this, and so it's very, very racist. So do not use this to describe people, please. Because the book is from Spain, where it's more okay, there will be some tasks and stuff. I'll point them out later, where like you'll see this used. Um, in anything that I make, in kind of tests or quizzes and stuff that I make, I'm not going to use it, and I don't expect you guys to ever use this to describe someone, ever. Okay, never use that to describe someone. At least in my class, because I'm going to use more the Latin American style. Okay, but do be aware that it might not always be racist. It's kind of confusing because, of course, like in the Americas, we have more dark, bad history with slavery and stuff, and the use of that word with it. And like in Europe or Spain, it's just not as bad as the Americas. It's confusing, but anyway. So yeah, be aware of what this is. Cool. Some little task about the people are describing themselves, and then you just put the number of who they are. Okay, on page 30. This is from the language and grammar book. That's on Chaoxing on that unit, and just is the vocabulary that we've done today. Homework. So we have a couple things from the workbook. I want you guys to describe yourself and one classmate. You can ask them about it. Oh, screenshots with an O, sorry. Ask 3 classmates to describe themselves. Like, their hair, their eyes, are they tall, short, stuff like that. You don't have to ask them, are you white, are you Asian, are you black? Don't do that. We don't need to do that. Okay, cool. This one, you fill in the blanks with like what's missing. Don't have to do this part. This one, matching it with the verbs. Don't do that. That's racist. Listen to audio, people describe themselves, and this is true, and this is false. And then we have a thing where people describe themselves. Here you use the verbs, and here you match it with the pictures of them.